Welcome to the Moore Center Community Spotlight. I'm your host, Teresa Dinesi. Today we're going to learn about an exciting employment internship program in collaboration with St. Anselm College. And today we have Brianna Hayward and we have Ken Walker from St. A's. Brianna, you're with the Moore Center. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we have a lot to kind of peel with this layered program today. So Moore JOBS is the name of the program, and that's actually an acronym that stands for Joining with Organizations for Business Success. So, Brianna, your role is the Moore JOBS coordinator with the Moore Center. Could you kind of give us an overview of what the program is and what it's all about?
Right. So the Moore JOBS program, we actually have 6 clients from within the Moore Center that attend a internship at Birch Hill Community Residential Facility, where they have an independent residential all the way until memory care, so they serve residents.
It's a retirement community.
Yeah,
yes.
So they serve them from essentially 55 until end of life care, which is actually quite interesting because the Moore Center does the same. We serve from birth till death. And we also partner with St. A's as well, and they attend St. A's College on Fridays.
So these are men and women with developmental disabilities and intellectual disabilities. So it's a program where they spend some time on site at a actual business, and the goal for the program would be to sort of teach employment skills. What is the goal?
So the goal is actually it's to teach employment skills and social skills, but it's also to find out what career path they want to take. So they have staff which are called career trainers, and they'll direct them into the career path that they'd like to choose rather than just placing them at a job and seeing if it's fit. They are able to work within the Birch Hill facility and pick, maybe I want to do administration this month, or maybe I want to work in dining services, or maybe I want to work in facilities. And we can really find out where their strengths and weaknesses are and where their interests lie as well.
And what is a typical day like for this program when they begin their time at Birch Hill?
So when we first get in, we do kind of like a recap, and we build on the social skills and employment skills we need for that day. We find out our assignments, whether it could be filing in HR, or it could be learning how to do a delivery to a section, residential section within Birch Hill. It could be a new dining task. It could be a new work order. So we break that down and we figure out how we're going to do that by individual. And then actually one of our residents right now is doing a Zumba program for some of the folks there. So she's having a great time, I'm sure. But we really figure that out, and then they attend their internship, and then they eat dinner, and they have a recap, and then they go home for the day.
Wow, that's quite an exciting sort of curriculum there.
Yeah, every day is a different day.
Yeah. So, Ken, you are the director of the Academic Resource Center at St. Anselm College.
Correct.
What do you do in that role?
So the Academic Resource Center primarily is a peer tutor location and writing center for our students at the college. And so so I serve as the director, so I coordinate a lot of our academic support programs there. In that capacity, I also serve as a disability services provider for the college. So that means that students with a disability will come to my office to make a request for academic accommodations at the college, and then I approve those requests and then help to facilitate the accommodations. And we facilitate some of the accommodations right there in the center, such as proctoring exams.
I see. So you have a busy load there.
Yeah, I wear a few hats.
Yeah, I would say so. So tell me, how did you become involved with this Moore JOBS program? I understand that you kind of beat the drum in the beginning. A
little bit in the beginning. So the summer before last, I was taking a course. I'm involved in a master's program at the City University of New York, and the program is for Master of Science in Disability Services in Higher Education. So I was taking a course that summer on students with intellectual or developmental disabilities, and one of the assignments for the class was to actually put together a PowerPoint slide presentation proposing to the college how we could provide more inclusive education programs at the college for that student population. And so I put together this slideshow, and then I wanted to show it to somebody at the college because it was done, and I figured, okay, let's see what I can do with this. So I started off with the people from our Melia Center for Civic Engagement. So the director, Dan Forbes, and the associate director, Nicole Laura, took a look at this, and then we all said, okay, we can work with this. Let's see what we can put together here at the college.
So you started the spark.
Started the spark,
yeah.
and then we all agreed that at St. Anselm College, if we were going to have any kind of an inclusive education program, a program that invites students from this population to our campus, we should probably start small, baby steps, instead of trying to go for some kind of full inclusive program that a lot of larger universities, state-run universities, are pursuing right now around the country. We decided as a small college, small liberal arts college, that we should start small. So that's what we did. So the first thing that we did was we contacted Jennifer Meyer from the Moore Center, and she's a college alumna, so she was perfect for this. We invited her over. We started talking about possibilities and how we might provide some type of educational experience for students from the Moore Center to come over. And we came up with this idea together. After Jen expressed what some of the needs would be, we came up with this idea of having some kind of a program that involves our nursing program. We have a fairly robust nursing training program at the college, and facilities and faculty. And so we decided what we would do was to try to come up with a program that would allow students to from the Moore Center to come over and to get some kind of training in the healthcare industry, some kind of a basic training on things like sanitation, working with patients, handling food, and that our nursing majors actually might be able to provide some of that training.
I see.
So we put together these ideas, and then I was able to write a proposal for a fund on campus. It's an internal fund called the Diversity Inclusion Innovation Fund, and every semester they offer a financial incentive to do programs such as this. So I wrote a proposal at the end of last year for this fall, and it was accepted. So that provided us with a little bit of seed money to get this going.
So
and
this is a brand new program. It just started. Started in September.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. So
wonderful.
So in this proposal, I took all the ideas from Dan and Nikki and from Jen, and I wrote it in a proposal, and we got it. So that gave us not only a little money to start off with, but also some recognition from the college that yes, we'd like to see this happen on campus.
Wonderful.
And so that from that proposal, then I started to rally people together. So we were able to have Brianna and Miranda come over and Barbara, and we all just kept brainstorming ideas.
Wonderful.
And we were able to get a faculty member from the nursing program involved, and she has been terrific. So she is a clinical professor at the college, and Joanna Parolin is her name. She's also an alumna from the college as well. And she has been working with us to put together a curriculum so that we can work with our students in the nursing program to actually provide the training for the visiting learners.
I understand.
Yeah.
So they're on site at Birch Hill Retirement
Correct.
Community
Yes.
during the week, most of the week, and then they go to St. Anselm College on one day for some more clinical classroom experience.
Yes,
Right.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, we have a lab that we've been able to reserve. In the nursing building, they have labs that look like hospital rooms.
Wonderful.
And so they have a bed and other equipment in the room. And then, so we were able to reserve one of those rooms. And then, so Professor Parolin is now able to work with our student nurses to put together the training so that the student nurses will be providing the training for them in that lab.
Wonderful. Is this a typical model that you see a lot of in colleges or programs across the country, or is this something more innovative that St. Anselm College is doing?
I would say that it's innovative in that we basically looked at what we have to offer to some visiting students. And so larger inclusive programs might have a fully inclusive kind of educational package for students with intellectual developmental disabilities. And that's going on around the country right now, where there's the total participation in the curriculum, perhaps with some modified syllabi or what have you, but they also are living on campus, attending all the student activities. So for us, we basically said, well, we can't do that yet because we've had no experience providing that
Right,
kind of
sure.
an opportunity. So again, starting small, we looked at what the needs were, and when Jen expressed to us that the needs were to try to get some kind of training in healthcare, in the healthcare industry, we thought we've got a nursing program, we've got a building, we've got
Absolutely.
the faculty and the students available to. So we
yeah.
just pulled together the pieces to give them that opportunity to come to campus for in this pilot and to have what I call a limited inclusive program.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Brianna, how is the program going so far? What has been your experience with how the men and women from the Moore Center are interacting with the residents of Birch Hill? Do you have any sense of how that's...
Oh, so they all get along so well. They
So it's an older adults?
yes. So there's the older demographic with our younger demographic, and they have created such a bond where they know everyone's name within the program, and our our guys are starting to learn the residents' names in the building. There's a lot of them, and they have name tags on, but they're always asking, you know, where's this person this day? Where's this person this day? And they really have that sense of connection, and they want to be a part of their life, and they like to come to their programs and see them every day, and it's really fantastic. Actually, on the first day, we had a client from the Moore Center who thought his job was actually to sit down and eat dinner with the residents, and we had to explain to him, like, no,
sounds good to me.
It's great that you would like to wine and dine them, but that's not what we're doing here. And they were like, no, it's great. It's so much fun.
Right.
And I was like,
will Birch Hill be the only site that you'll be going through? Because the program goes until June, right? Is it September through June?
So it's September through June, and we are working on a new partnership with another business. So hopefully that will start in fall 2020.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And Ken, I'm curious, what has been the sort of the experience between your students, your student nurses, with the men and women the Moore Center supports?
Well, it's been great too. So the first experience they had together, when the students from the Moore Center came over and joined our students, we were able to set up a pizza party so that they could get together,
get to know one another.
To get to know one another, and it was a wonderful experience. We had a classroom reserved, and we had pizza delivered, and then it was just magical. Just let them all be together, and they all had dinner, and it was a room full of students, and they were all interacting with one another. And so it's what you would expect from a room full of students, people having a good time, enjoying the food, laughing.
Right. Such a sense of community from both experiences, right? From being with Birch Hill folks as well as the nursing population. And I imagine the faculty as well. You said you have one faculty member?
There was a faculty member there, and there is opportunity for faculty as well as additional students to join us in the future, because part of this program is that on Friday afternoons, after their clinical instruction or their lab instruction is over, all the students will join together in Davison Hall, which is the dining hall for the students at the campus at the college. And so it's an opportunity for all students at the college to stop by, say hello, have dinner with them. So faculty can join in. So
there's an educational component there too.
There's the educational component. There's a social component to it. All the students from the Moore Center have their food plan. They have meal plans established. They have IDs, so they'll be able to go and get their food and eat in the dining hall. Swipe their card at the cash register. Sit down and just have everybody be together.
Wow.
And then of course, once that happens, you really can't control the kind of interaction that's going to happen. You could have students, faculty, staff sitting and joining in. So
we're on week 6. We've completed 6 weeks. So this sounds like the potential can only go upwards.
Yeah,
with the initial experiences.
We have talked about next semester already, so we're expanding into another course for next semester.
Great collaboration.
Wonderful. We are really trying to push for more opportunities for our folks, more inclusiveness on St. Anselm's campus.
Yep.
Right.
So that's what we're going for.
So if people are interested in learning more about the program, they can go visit the website, the Moore Center website, which is Moore Center, MOORE Center.org, to learn more. Brianna Hayward and Ken Walker from St. A's, thank you so much for joining us today. This has been so informative.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's our pleasure.
I'm Teresa Dinesi. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time. The Moore Center is a nonprofit statewide organization with a legacy of serving others for over 60 years. We provide compassionate, high-quality, cost-effective services to people of all ages, from early intervention services for children, to programs and services for adults with developmental disabilities, to home care services for seniors wishing to remain independent in their own homes. We also provide training for the human services workforce. To learn more about this award-winning nonprofit organization and its rich history of creating opportunities for a good life, please visit us at moorecenter.org.